UFC 310 goes down this weekend, and UFC Flyweight champion Alexandre Pantoja will be defending his title against UFC newcomer, former Rizin champion Kai Asakura, who is actually coming down from 135 pounds in Rizin as well. Super interesting matchup because you have a UFC newcomer moving down in weight and moving to a somewhat new rule set, moving from Rizin to the UFC. And he's going up against not a dominant champion, but a several times defending UFC champ now. In this video, we're going to talk about the story behind this fight, and we're also going to do a prediction and breakdown for the main event of UFC 310. So stick around to hear my thoughts on Pantoja versus Asakura. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. Before we get into the video, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, all that good YouTube stuff. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want access to extra content, some bonus content, and help support the channel further, become a channel member via the link down below or the join button on our channel homepage. Thank you very much. Back to the video. All right, guys, so the UFC 310 main event switched up when Belal Muhammad was pulled off the card due to a bone infection in his toe. Shavkat Rakhmonov, his scheduled opponent, is still on the card, going up in a 5-round co-main event against Ian Gary. However, it is a non-title fight. It was rumored to be an interim title fight, but in the end, it is a 5-round non-title fight. So the scheduled co-main event of Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Asakura has been moved up to the main event, given that Shavkat versus Ian Gary is not a title fight. So let's get into the details of this matchup. First off, UFC Flyweight champion Alexandre the Cannibal Pantoja, looking to make his third defense of his UFC Flyweight title. He won the belt by split decision over Brandon Moreno at UFC 290, and then he beat Brandon Royval by unanimous decision, and then he beat Steve Erceg by unanimous decision as well. Many people did say that the Steve Erceg fight was controversial. I thought that Pantoja won that fight pretty clearly. He's going up against Kai Asakura, who's coming over from Rizin. Now, for those of you that don't know Rizin Fighting Federation, this is a Japanese promotion that basically took the place of Pride over in Japan. They put on kickboxing stuff, boxing stuff. They had a crossover with Floyd Mayweather at one point, but their MMA is a poppin' scene, especially in these lighter weight classes, and they have a different rule set. They actually allow soccer kicks, knees, kicks to the head, all that to a grounded opponent. And you also see some people even wear shoes in the ring. And it's in a ring. That's another rule change. It's in a ring, not a cage. Kai Asakura was actually fighting at 135 pounds and moved down in weight to come to the UFC. His very last fight was a title fight that he won against Juan Archuleta about a year ago. So it's been about a year since he fought. He's had a year to transition to the UFC and adjust his body to the flyweight weight cut. Something that I thought was really interesting about this fight is Kai Asakura has sparred with Merab, who's the champ at 135 pounds, and he defended takedowns well. Strength looked good. This was 2022, so this was back when he was competing at 135 pounds, so maybe the cardio and the strength is not there at 125 pounds. Here's some clips of Kai Asakura and Merab sparring. I mean, here you have just Merab practicing going to a decision. Kai Asakura looks massive compared to Merab, so it means he's going to be a huge, huge flyweight. Merab moving around, never does any of this in a fight. Literally doesn't do any of this in a fight. Single leg defended well by Kai Asakura, gets out, almost out. Merab tries to run the pike, doesn't work, tries again, doesn't work, dumps Kai Asakura, lets him up though. Shot again, single leg. Asakura defends that time. Merab just doing stuff that he doesn't do in fights. Spinning shit. Merab does not do this shit in fights, man. This dude Merab loves play fighting, even when he's in an actual fight. But anyways, I just wanted to point out the size difference and the speed of Kai Asakura, because Kai Asakura is going to be massive at 125 pounds, at least height-wise. We'll see how he looks physicality wise after that weight cut, because he does have to change his body to move down an extra 10 pounds. And the extra, look at Merab doing something he would never do in an actual fight, get a finish. Kai Asakura's physicality might be severely depleted given that he's moving down in weight, but overall he's going to be huge And as long as he can defend the takedowns and get up off of his back, I think he should be able to defeat Alexandre Pantoja. Alexandre Pantoja does like to camp on top half guard and just roll with that to a decision. Doesn't really care about decisions or having boring decisions. He just goes out there trying to get the win, which is kind of like Merab as well. Kai Asakura, not only is he cutting more weight, but he's also coming over from a new rule set because he's not allowed to throw soccer kicks, down knees. There's no rope, so the takedown defense is different. And I just hope that he doesn't get disqualified by doing something illegal, like just instinctually in the moment because he's used to the rise and rule set. I think he should be able to beat Pantoja, and it would be fun if he does, because it would be a new name, all fresh matchups in a really stale flyweight division where everybody's basically fought each other. Basically the top 5 of Moreno, Kai Kara France, Royval, Pantoja, those guys have all fought each other and they fought most of the division. So if you can just insert a champ with a win right here that has all fresh matchups at 125 pounds, I think that's what the UFC really wants. But unfortunately, I think that Pantoja's experience, willingness to grind out a boring decision and not care about hearing about boos, especially this time in a main event. And he's also willing to scrap. I'm not trying to act like Pantoja's a slouch on the feet, but he would be taking a massive risk trying to strike with Kai Asakura. He's got amazing knockout power, knees to the body. My official prediction is going to be Pantoja by 5-round decision. That's what I think. I hope that Asakura wins. I like Pantoja, but for the sake of the division, I think that it would be better for them, for the UFC, if Kai Asakura won, but I'm going to take Pantoja by 49-46 decision. He'll probably give Pantoja a tricky first round, possibly hurt him to the body. And then I think that the weight cut is going to start to show in like round 2 and 3. Pantoja is going to build momentum, keep Kai Asakura on his back, and win the fight by decision. So that's my official prediction for UFC 310 is Pantoja by decision and still. And then the flyweight division is just like totally screwed. They need to have like Cejudo go back down to flyweight or something like that just to create interesting matchups. That's my thoughts on the UFC 310 main event. Let me know yours down below. Thanks for watching this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content, become a channel member today by clicking the join button on our channel homepage or the link down below this video. If you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, go check out my podcast, What's Up Bro, with Wyatt and Bo, in the link down below. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.